let's talk about what it feels like to face a giant. I mean, what happens when you're up against something that seems impossible and the old ways of fighting just don't work? This is a story about finding a whole new way to win, even when the odds are stacked against you.
Okay, look at this number. 160 centimeters. That's about 5'3". Now imagine you're in the world of professional basketball, a land of giants. In that world, this number, well, it's not just a measurement. It's supposed to be a deal breaker. So you've got to wonder, right? Could a player this short actually survive in a league where the average guy is well over 6.5 feet tall? I mean, forget just surviving. Could they ever actually succeed? Well, this is Muggsy Bogues. At 160 centimeters, he wasn't just some player who scraped by. No, this man was an absolute icon who played for 14 seasons, proving to everyone that your limits, they don't get to write your story. So, how in the world did he do it? Simple. He couldn't grow taller. That was his built-in limitation. So he stopped worrying about it. Instead, he poured everything into what he could control. His speed became a blur. His physical disadvantage? He turned it into an advantage with incredible ball control, staying low to the ground. And to deal with those giants, he developed a basketball IQ that was just off the charts, outthinking everybody. See, he didn't play their game. He made them play his. And this is the most powerful idea we can take from his story. Your limitations are not the end of the road. They're just the starting point. And you know, the giants that we face today, they look a little different. For us, the giants aren't 7 feet tall. No, they're the digital platforms, those social media feeds, the online games, that endless scroll. All of them designed to completely tower over our attention. And look, this is so important to understand. If you find it hard to look away, if you feel like you're losing that battle for your focus, it is not a personal failure. It's not your fault. These platforms are built by teams of experts using psychological design. They are scientifically engineered to hook into our deepest, most human needs. Our need to be seen, to be validated. It's an unfair fight from the very beginning. So how do they do it? Well, they give us those little hits of instant gratification, likes, points, whatever. They give us a feeling of social connection, and they play on our deepest fears, like the fear of missing out. This is especially true for the teenage brain, which is literally wired to search for identity and social acceptance. So you're not just fighting some app, you're up against a massive system designed to exploit the very thing that makes you human.
But hey, just like Muggsy Bogues, if you can't win by playing their game, then you have to create your own. It's time to develop your own personal strategy to navigate this digital world on your own terms.
Okay, here are your first 3 plays. Step 1, reclaim your time. Create a schedule. You decide when you plug in and when you're out. Step 2, create your own level ups in the real world. Set small, real goals you can actually achieve, not just in a game. And finally, step 3, build a fortress of focus. Use the tools you've got, like Do Not Disturb mode or app timers, to carve out that quiet, focused time that you deserve. And let me be perfectly clear about this. This is not easy. It feels hard because it is hard. You are literally pushing back against some of the most basic human instincts that are wired into us for survival. That desire for reward, for connection, for belonging. And that brings us to a really important shift in how we think about this. You see, real effort isn't just about gritting your teeth and trying harder. It's about being smart, being creative, and finding new methods when the old ones just aren't cutting it. Think about this number for a second. Over 1,000. That's roughly how many different materials Thomas Edison tried before he finally landed on a working light bulb. Over 1,000 attempts. So when you look at that, what do you see? Do you see 1,000 failures? Or is it something else entirely? See, Edison's way of looking at it was a total game changer. He said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. Every mistake wasn't a failure. It was data. It was information that got him one step closer to the answer. And that right there, that applies to you 100%. If you tried deleting an app from your phone and you just ended up reinstalling it a week later, you didn't fail. You just found a method that didn't work for you. That's all. It says nothing about your willpower. It's just information. So, time to try another way. I mean, look at J.K. Rowling. She wrote Harry Potter and got rejected by publisher after publisher. Did she give up? No. But she also didn't just keep banging her head against the same wall. She refined her approach. She adapted her strategy. She found a different way. Her effort wasn't just in persisting, it was in finding a new method.
So, okay, how do we put all this into practice? It all starts when you decide to become your own coach, this strategist who actually calls the plays in your own life. And your greatest power in this entire game is awareness. The moment you start to understand why you reach for your phone, what the trigger is, and how these apps are designed, that's the moment you start to take back control. And you can start with some really simple, gentle questions. Instead of thinking, I have to quit this cold turkey, just ask yourself, hey, can I maybe do it just a little bit less today? Instead of feeling defeated, ask, is there a different way I could try to handle this? These small questions open up a world of new possibilities. Because in the end, this isn't about defeating technology or beating the game. The real victory, the one that actually matters, is in understanding and mastering yourself. It's about you choosing where your precious focus goes.
So, I'll leave you with this. This isn't about just trying harder with the same old plan that isn't working. It's about finding a new play. So what's your first new method going to be?